Nice cut, bro.
Thanks.
Yeah, I see.
You like
Nice,
it?
nice. Yeah,
Gotta
yeah.
go to my
Fresh.
barber, bro. Oh, damn.
Speaking
Damn.
of the dude that has
Damn,
this
dude,
sticking
you're
out.
so fucking sexy, bro.
But
But go on to what you're saying,
Anyways,
Cameron.
so that was it. I just wanted to like bring up the discussion about research in esports. Just like if there's any questions that you guys have thought about
So,
looking
yeah,
into.
I read that article. It was really cool. Because like they named one of the conditions. It was like the computer syndrome or
For
what
your
was it?
eyes,
Yeah,
hmm
yeah, man, it was called the what is
computer
it?
eye
computer vision
syndrome.
syndrome.
Computer vision syndrome. Yeah, I
Computer
thought that
vision
was
syndrome.
interesting.
Yeah, then they kind of like gave tips in terms of like what to do for those gamers and like I didn't think about working on their eyesight. Like yeah, you can have them like look like left and right, up and down, but even just trying to look forward and backward in a sense,
hmm
like refocusing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, that was something that caught my attention.
Yeah, the 2020 rule
Yeah,
was interesting too. Let's see. The 2020 rule is that athletes look 20 feet away for 20 seconds every 20 minutes,
yeah.
right? So,
And I thought that was also good just for not only gamers, but even just like everyday office workers, like that's something you
Right.
can give to your clients or anyone else that's just at the desk all day.
yeah, definitely. And so
Yeah.
then that's how the comparison comes into play, right? Where it's esport athletes have to deal more with injuries or risk closer to office workers than
Yeah.
soccer athletes, right?
Yeah. But they talked about the obvious stuff like was like partial dysfunctions, like upper extremity,
Yeah.
um, not injuries per se, just pain.
Yeah.
Um, Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool that they offered that, and then also the mental health aspect of it, because they're gonna develop addiction, which I
Mhm.
Right.
think that was kind of like, is it addiction if it's kind of like their career in a sense,
It,
like
so
job?
I
yeah,
mean, don't you get dopamine from like from accomplishing something within a game?
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
it's like okay, me working 40 hours a day at work at CSUN, like it's not an addiction, it's a
right.
job.
It is, bro. You could be addicted to anything. You could be
Yeah.
addicted to, like, say you're addicted to sex and you're a prostitute.
Uh-huh.
That's your job, but it's still like you're addicted. You can't get enough.
Yeah.
And I think same thing with work too. You know,
So wait, well, how would you define addiction?
I guess I really don't know, something that is on your mind constantly. You can't seem to get rid of, and whether that's a positive thing or a detrimental thing.
Okay.
Sometimes I don't know if there's like a positive aspect to addiction, right? Maybe working, yeah. There's definitely some positives out of that, right? You got good work ethic.
Uh-huh.
You're not like distracted or anything, but it might impede your life, your social life, whatever.
Yeah, I was gonna say like yeah, having a good work or having addiction to work ethic or working hard, but then that will like give an unbalance to your social life and other things.
yeah. So I think just one thing that I thought was interesting is that with a regular sport like basketball, let's say, like Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, like these are players that we would consider the GOATs, right? So they're playing basketball all the time, right? They're always practicing so that they can be better for the games. And but we don't call that addiction, even though they are practicing a lot of hours, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we see that um within sports at our uh I would say more college, right? Because college, I feel like it's more intense, and athletes are they have to make that a priority. Like in high school, you're still to me, I feel like you're still more of a student and then
Hmm.
an athlete. In
hmm
college, I feel like things kind of balance out, where like you're especially if you have a scholarship, you're you have to be an athlete first in order to keep that scholarship. and then you're a student for free, right?
Mhm.
Based on your athleticism. So but I feel like in that realm, in regular sports, we don't consider people working out or practicing 3-4 hours a day addiction.
Right.
That's why I feel like an addiction, like it would have some like negative psychological effect on that person.
Yeah, I would
You
agree
know?
with that too. I would agree with that too, because yeah, to me, anything that's good for you, you wouldn't. I don't know. I think I can't think of a positive addiction.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
exactly. Yeah. It's not. I don't think it's a good thing.
Right. Exactly. Like, the phrase that I always hear is like everything with moderation, right?
Yeah.
And and that's where whenever you get past that, then that's when it becomes addiction, and there's probably negative attachments to that
Right.
interfere with your life balance or relationships or whatever it is, right? And with gamers, like it's just their sport, the nature of their sport. They need to be alone playing video games, practicing. I mean, they don't need to, but for the most part, everybody's at home because you can do it remotely. And
Yeah.
then the only time that you're having like a face-to-face connection is when you're playing at tournaments. But even that, you don't have to do that. You can still do that remotely.
Yeah.
And the community, though, is the social like component of it, is when you're playing with your friends, when you're playing with your teammates. Even though you're not there face to face, you're still talking with them, you're still having a connection with them, right?
Right.
Yeah.
but but yeah, man, no, I thought it was interesting that they labeled it like that, right? Like addiction
Mhm.
to playing video games.
Yeah. I mean, there's like a lot of factors. Like, obviously, you can't play basketball for more than 24 hours because like you'll just be tired, physically
Yeah,
tired.
Right.
But you can sit in the chair and play games all day
it's true.
as long as you just walk around, eat something, go to the bathroom, come back, and feel a little bit more refreshed.
Yeah, that's
So, yeah, a lot of active variables going on there too.
definitely. So one statistic that I thought was super interesting was this. So
The cervical head one?
the what?
Never mind. Go ahead.
No, you can talk about that one after.
Okay.
But the one that stood out for me was that it says athletes at a professional level can perform up to 500 action moves per minute, compared with 10 action moves per minute for a novice, right?
Wow.
So, and then it says practice for collegiate esports can be 3 to 5 hours of gameplay per day, and many athletes continue to play at home. So like that, the 500 actions for a pro versus the 10 actions for a novice, like that's such a huge difference at any sport, in esports or regular sports,
Hmm.
right? Because I'm experiencing that right now when I play NBA 2K or when I play Warzone or
Hmm.
Fortnite. Every time that I lose is to somebody that moves so much quicker than I do,
Hmm.
right? They press the buttons a lot faster. They're more creative. They go to different angles, and so they're thinking like 500 steps while I'm thinking 10 steps. That's the way I see it. And that allows them to be better, right? Obviously, and it's the same thing with sports. Let's say Kobe Bryant has unlimited moves to try and get a shot up, as opposed to a novice player that only has like a one dribble shot. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Hmm.
like it's very limited.
Yeah, they haven't practiced enough to get all those moves. So that's the difference from a novice to a professional. Just action moves per minute. So that was an interesting just variable that I didn't know about, but it sounded pretty cool.
Nice, nice.
So which one did you
I
pick
don't
up?
know if you can read it for me, but it was just like for every inch, the head is forward from the
Ancient head. All right.
torso. It adds like a certain amount of percentage of
Yeah.
force on the cervical extension.
So it says every inch of forward head displacement is associated with a 10-pound increase of force torque
Mm-hmm.
in the cervical extensors.
Yeah, I thought that was like
Wow.
how they
Yeah.
measure that, you know.
Yeah.
And that's also something like you can give to clients or even just anyone that you see that just from a postural assessment, you
Mhm.
know, and then it kind of gets them thinking. It's just like, oh man, like me kind of going like this, it adds about like 10 pounds, you know,
Yeah.
of strain on your neck. So telling them that, it kind of gives them more of a qualitative or quantitative measurement, you know, and it'll help. I feel like.
Yeah, I agree because you don't think about it, right? You're just sitting, you're doing your thing, you're playing video games, you're
Yeah.
so focused on that you don't pay attention to your posture.
Yeah.
But after holding your head forward for 10, 15, 20 minutes, that adds a lot of stress to your
Yeah. And
extensors.
then you just telling them it's like, oh, having that forward head is bad, you know, and they'll be like,
Mhm.
okay, it's bad, but like how or why, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, they don't know, right? And then that's at the cervical spine level, and then obviously that affects your thoracic spine and your lumbar spine.
Exactly. It's all a kinetic chain.
Yeah. And so did they show some exercises? So they're what they pointed out is that some interventions for the neck and back dysfunction would be stretching, strengthening exercises for postural control, uh, osteopathic cranial manipulative medicine,
Mhm.
HVLA. What is that? I forgot. Muscle energy, soft tissue mobilization at the lumbar spine, and mobilization for lumbar segment. But let me see what HVLA means. But I like that they also pointed out some interventions.
Yeah, yeah, that was also helpful.
I feel like these are simple things that can be implemented,
Mhm.
but it's hard to like build a habit out of them, right? You're so used to playing for hours, not really paying attention to now the first step is getting esport athletes to think about it, to
Hmm.
be more aware of their posture, to be more aware of looking away for 20 seconds, every 20 minutes. Um, so, but there's definitely things they can do to make sure that they stay healthy and they can last longer as a pro player rather than just up to like 25. Like that's such a young age.
Exactly, man.
But yeah, that's it. Philip, you got anything on that?
No, you pretty much touched what I was going to talk about. Uh, it's a really nice or an organized article. I I like I like how they gave quick interventions to like the possible health concerns, and they're pretty easy going. And while you guys were talking, I was looking up the blue light filtering glasses on Amazon. They only go for like $15 to $20,
Well,
and that pretty much solves part of the circadian rhythm concern.
Mm. Well, so
Oh.
talk about that more if you can.
blue light, baby.
Yeah, so this on Amazon, you just put I just put in blue light filtering glasses, and there's this one company called Livho, Livho, and it's just like a clear lens on a frame, and it's supposed to reduce or like filter out the blue light that you get from like screens. But there's another one that claims they filter out 80% of the blue light.
Yeah.
So I mean, maybe it works. I don't know.
Yeah,
But
but
it's
so
pretty cheap.
the circadian rhythm though, I think is the important part,
Hmm.
right? Where the all the light that you're taking in, it can affect your sleep.
Right.
And having the proper sleep obviously infiltrates the rest of your life.
Yeah, and I even because I have issues with with the blue light thing and messing with my sleep. So I was given a light bulb that's specifically like a smart light bulb
Hmm.
that's specifically for circadian rhythm. And what it does, it just pumps out more of a red type of color and filters out all of the blue light. So like helps you sleep better. And it, my sleep feels normal, I guess you can say. It does. I don't feel as tired waking up when I have that going when I have it on.
Okay.
Yeah. So I would imagine that having these glasses would make it even better or make it easier to fall asleep.
Yeah. But and I feel like that's something new that is going around, like more focusing on the light, right, and the glare from the screen, and just being aware of that, because I know for sure it's new for me. Like I've heard it in the last few months, but before that I had no idea that, I don't know, that I never considered it a problem.
Mm-hmm.
But I definitely heard it a lot more the last few months.
I mean, I guess it makes sense because, the primary source of communication right now for many workers are, is a computer screen
Mm-hmm.
or their phone. So you
Yeah.
get a lot of that blue light.
Yeah. And so this article is called "An Osteopathic Physician's Approach to the Esports Athlete," and it was released on November 2019. And I'm gonna definitely have a link for it on the description if anybody wants to read it. But there's other articles that I will be talking about in the future. I think this is a good topic for us to bring up, and so we can, just to me, this is a way of listening, right, and figuring out the problems that exist, and then seeing how we can provide some value, some tips, some information in regards to health for esports.
Mm-hmm.
It's fun for me. It gets me thinking about athletic training.
True.
And then they have a new stadium, so that's going to be interesting to be in that new
That's right.
environment.
Are you guys going to be going to Las Vegas or what?
Everything is in Las Vegas.
That's awesome.
Las Vegas.
Where's the training facility?
It's right on the strip.
Viva Las Vegas.
Actually,
Viva. Oh.
it's like 15 minutes away from the Allegiant Stadium.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Nice.
Las Vegas.
All right.
But yeah, man, I'm excited about that. Hopefully that works out.
Yeah.
And you're there till
right?
Yeah, I'm driving, bro.
You guys aren't carpooling or
It's
anything?
carpool, baby.
Yeah.
Road trip.
Only a 4-hour drive.
Road trip. Yeah, it's not too bad.
Yeah. Yeah. We've driven that much before in the South.
Oh yeah. I think my favorite part was when you were driving to New Orleans and
Bro.
it was like raining and pouring. It wasn't even like regular rain. It was like long rain. It was so weird.
I was so scared.
Evan couldn't even see at one point, and he was driving on the freeway.
Bro, I was so scared. That was the scariest thing that I've ever done in my life, honestly.
Yeah, and I was
That's
just
insane.
like, I was chilling. I'm like, Edwin, I trust you, man. If I die, I can die. I don't care anymore.
Bro, it was crazy because it was pouring so hard that you couldn't see through your front fucking windshield. I've never experienced that before.
I felt like if someone was like 100 people were dumping buckets of water on your windshield, like
Wow.
it was just flashes. It
Can't
wasn't
imagine
like
it.
actual like droplets. It was just
I've never experienced that here in California, man.
Yeah, and the car was like swerving a bit, right?
Yeah, because it was flooding the
it wasn't
freeway.
like, wow.
So we got caught up in a storm. Like there was a storm. We're on our way to New Orleans from where were we at? Lafayette?
Probably, yeah.
University of Lafayette.
That was also
Okay.
But yeah, man, that was intense. I remember just being tense while I was driving because I was just like, fuck, I can't see shit. I was going slow. Luckily, everybody else was going slow too. Nobody else could see anything. But anyways, yeah, we had some good trips over there.